Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca. Today I am excited to bring you a whole compilation of DIY Christmas decor ideas. Everything from DIY Christmas ornaments, DIY Christmas wreaths, and just an assortment of other DIY Christmas decor. Some of these are old ideas, some of them are new. So I hope that you enjoy this video. As always, while you're watching, let me know down below in the comments which one is your favorite, and let's go ahead and get started.
And the first DIY is making a Christmas blanket. Grab some cozy soft fleece from Hobby Lobby, Joann's, even Walmart if you find one you like there. I used about 2 yards for this blanket I'm making today, but since it's not very large, this one is a better size for maybe a pet or for a child. I would recommend using 2 yards of material for each side. You can do one side with one pattern and then one side with a solid color or with a different pattern. Now to make this, line up your material with one square on top and the other one on the bottom, and you're going to want to make sure that the side of the material that you want the outsides facing out, and then basically the side that you want to be the inside portion that won't be visible. You want to make sure that both of those inside pieces are facing inward to each other. And then we're going to go ahead and cut about a 5-inch square out of each corner. This is going to create basically the corners of our blanket now. And then we can cut along the edges, and basically we're going to cut strips into in basically making a fringe. 5-inch long pieces of fringe basically that are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide or so. And then we can tie these together. You're simply going to take the top and the bottom piece together and just kind of loop them around your finger and pull that end through the loop just like this. And then just continue doing that all the way around. That's all there is to it. Really easy and fun to make, and definitely something you can do while you watch a video, listen to some music, catch up on your favorite show. You can customize this with any theme or sport or holiday print. And of course, I think most people can use a blanket in the wintertime anyway, which just makes this a perfect DIY Christmas gift idea. For the next DIY, I'm taking this little picture frame from Dollar Tree, and I found these beautiful napkins that I thought I would actually frame. It just makes a beautiful Christmas design. I believe I picked these napkins up in Home Goods, and I just cut a piece of it to frame inside the Dollar Tree frame, and then cut a little scrap of this red ribbon and just folded it and glued it in place to kind of look like a little bow on here. And all I did was glue it like this. And so for the center part of the bow, I just cut another little piece of ribbon and wrapped it around to kind of pinch the ribbon in the center to look like a bow. Glued that in place, and then add a little bit of greenery on either side behind our red bow. This is so simple, so cute, a very sweet little festive holiday or Christmas print frame that you can set on a bookshelf, or maybe in a powder room, or even in the kitchen, really anywhere. For this next DIY, I am taking one of these white disc ornaments. All I did was give it a coat of Mod Podge and sprinkle some gold glitter on there, and once that was dry, I came in with a little bit of white puffy paint and just made a little design all the way around the edge of the ornament. And then again, once that was dry, I found these really cute little wreath stickers. I'm trying to remember where these particular ones might be from, either Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Michael's might also have them. I would just check any craft store, but they're perfect because they already have a little sticky on the back and a little bow, and you could just stick one right in the center. And this is such a cute, adorable little ornament. It would also be a really great little gift topper idea. For this next DIY, I'm making some adorable winter coasters that would also make a really cute stocking stuffer or hostess gift idea. We're taking these wooden rounds from Hobby Lobby. You can also get them on Amazon. Paint them whatever color you like. For these little wooden snowflakes, I painted them over white, and then while that paint is still wet, I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of glitter, which is totally up to you. I know not everybody likes the glitter. And then I spread a coat of Gorilla Super Glue all over the wooden disc, and we can go ahead and put our snowflakes on it and arrange them on here, and we'll have a little bit of time before the glue sets up, so you can just kind of push them around and arrange them all into place, and then give this about 24 hours to dry. You want to make sure that the super glue is fully super dry before we come in and seal the entire thing. But we're going to come back And once they're dry, we can brush on a coat of some dishwasher safe Mod Podge all over, just to waterproof your new winter themed coasters. We want to give these a nice little waterproof coating, and the dishwasher safe Mod Podge is also a gloss finish, so this is just going to really finish it off and complete the look. These little wooden discs also come with little felt pads in the ones that I got, and you can add them on the back to make the perfect little winter coasters. I found a beautiful selection of rice paper designs on Etsy. I dip a paintbrush, a tiny paintbrush, in a little bit of water and then dab it around the rice paper design just little by little as you go. And it makes it really easy to almost kind of pinch and tear out your design and just kind of tear the rice paper away from around your design once the paper is wet, like I'm doing here. Of course, you can totally do this with scissors if you would rather, but somehow I just kind of think that the very neatly torn edge, it just looks a little bit more natural and has a little bit more of an organic feel. I think it creates a little bit more blended look as well, in my opinion, when the whole thing is done, than if you just took a scissors that had like a very blunt edge to the design. But completely up to you. Now go ahead and brush on, and again, a coat of Mod Podge on here in the center of the coaster. Apply your rice paper design and then brush over the entire printed design with the Mod Podge again, and that'll just kind of seal the whole thing and glue it down. You can add some texture to these coasters with some modeling paste, and I'm just kind of dabbing it on here and dabbing on the modeling paste. It creates like this little textured look, and it does dry pretty quickly as well, so make sure you cover your container while you're working with this. It gives you this nice little bumpy texture. I think it looks really nice to kind of make it look a little bit more snowy. And then while this is still a little bit wet, you can also sprinkle a little bit of glitter on here if you wanted to do that. And then we are just going to seal the entire thing again to kind of waterproof it using our dishwasher safe Mod Podge. These would make fabulous Christmas gift ideas or holiday decor ideas. For the next one, I grabbed 3 of these wooden craft kits from Dollar Tree, 2 packs with this wood tree design and 1 pack with this other wooden trio of trees design, along with a wooden board from the Dollar Tree Crafters Square. And we are gluing these 3 wooden tree sections down on the side of the wood board using a little bit of Gorilla Glue or wood glue for a better, stronger hold, and also a little bit of hot glue because we want to get these 2 to just kind of stay in place quickly. So while the Gorilla Glue takes a little bit of time to set up and dry, the hot glue is going to hold this in place. And then you can paint this however you like. You can put some LED battery tea light candles behind the trees for like a cozy Christmas tree winter silhouette. It's really pretty in the evening. Now for this Christmas ornament, I'm taking a wooden Christmas tree ornament and we're going to use Mod Podge to apply this festive Christmas design. So I cut this pattern out of a Christmas napkin. I'm going to brush a little bit of metallic gold acrylic paint around the outside edge of the ornament as well to really complete the look. And now it has a little bit of shine on here, and here is how this one turned out. Now for the next one, I'm taking another old ornament. I had this one just laying around and the color was kind of a little bit blah. I decided to dress it up a little bit by adding a band of this beautiful sticker piece that I found in Hobby Lobby. So this looks like a band of crushed silver diamonds or something and rhinestones. It just adds so much sparkle. I also did a little piece of it around the top of the ornament hook as well, just to kind of cover up that little topper piece. And here is how this one turned out. Next, I'm taking a craft cone from Dollar Tree along with this pair of green fuzzy sock slippers from Dollar Tree. And basically we're just going to put the sock over the top of that styrofoam cone and then trim it down so that you can hot glue the edges of the sock neatly under the bottom of the cone and stand this up. And I did the same thing with the other sock, this time using a little bit larger cone. This one is from Hobby Lobby. So now we have an adorable Christmas tree cone set for just a few dollars. And I love how this one turned out. For the next one now, we're taking 2 beautiful iridescent white vases from Dollar Tree and gluing them together using a little bit of both the Gorilla Glue and the hot glue again, and hot glue a band of some ribbon, whatever you like, around the center, just so we can basically cover up where that line is, where the two glasses meet together. And then we can add in some beautiful winter floral picks or greenery in here, some florals, and I have some really pretty, very realistic pine or cedar branches here I'm going to add. I will try to link them below. I'll put them in my Amazon store in my craft section as well. They're perfect for doing all of your crafting and floral arrangements and all of your like little holiday decor DIYs. The last thing I did on here was to add a little bit of this decorative wooden snowflake, and this little Christmas vase is going to be so perfect for any winter decor collection. Next, we have a super simple DIY Christmas ornament. We're just stringing some pearls onto a pipe cleaner, and then once you kind of shape this into like a loop or a circle of pearls, and it's the size that you want for your ornament, you can basically just twist the end of the pipe cleaners tightly together, cut off the little ends sticking out, and now you have the perfect circle of pearls. It turned out really cute. You can add a bow on here. You can take a ribbon and make a hanger for your little Christmas ornament. But super cute and easy to make. The next one is a Pottery Barn inspired Christmas decor piece that will also make a great piece of winter decor as well. We're painting little Christmas village houses from Dollar Tree with this tan colored acrylic paint. Honestly, you guys, spray painting these would have made life so much easier. But for these little houses, I just had the perfect color already in my acrylic paint, so I decided to just try hand painting them. But honestly, it took me like 3 or 4 coats of paint to really get them completely covered, and I still love how they turned out, but it was just kind of a pain having to do it in so many separate coats. So if you have spray paint, if you're going to be buying paint in the first place, I would recommend spray painting them. It's going to make it a whole lot easier. And then to add some little extra details on here, you can either hand paint all of the white snow details, or you can also use a white puffy paint that sometimes adds a little bit more thickness and really makes it look a little bit more like snow. And I think this is really pretty for a more neutral Christmas decor theme. I painted this Dollar Tree sign a dark brown, and it's going to be the base for this Christmas decor arrangement. I also had some different heights of these little bottle brush Christmas trees that we can place behind and around the houses. I think this is just a really pretty Pottery Barn inspired Christmas decor piece. Now moving on for the next one, I'm taking a silicone mold and some caulking, and we're going to create some little Christmas tree shapes out of the silicone, and once these are dry, we can paint them over. So I'm going to use a mix of greens and browns and basically just kind of dab it all on here until I get the trees looking a color that I really like the look of. And don't be afraid to add a little bit of brown in with the green for the trees. I think it really gives you a little bit more of a realistic look than if they were just a smooth solid green. So once you get these kind of looking how you want, go ahead and add a little bit of white paint on the edges if you'd like to give it that little snowy effect. I did a little bit of white puffy paint just along the raised edges. And now we can take this little wood sign from Dollar Tree. I painted mine over white, and then I'm also rubbing a little bit of antique wax onto this very cute little Merry Christmas sign from Dollar Tree. These are coming in a pack of 3, and I just glued this little Christmas sign on, glued on the pine trees, arranged them from having the taller ones in the middle, overlapping the shorter ones that are going on the ends, and they basically just get shorter as you go out to the left and the right from the center. And then we're just finishing the whole sign off with a little bit of gold edging detail of some metallic puffy paint along the edges, just kind of creating a little bit of a design here to make the sign look a little bit more finished and complete. And here is how this beautiful rustic Christmas sign looks as a piece of winter decor on my shelf. Now for the next DIY Christmas decor idea, we are spray painting this little Dollar Tree village house in metallic gold and then painting the little snowy details on it over in white and deciding to add a little bit of white glitter paint now. We're going to put this on a little stand or riser, and now for the riser I'm taking one of these wooden lids from Dollar Tree. I had this one left over and I used the wooden box part for a different DIY. So We're just going to use the lid now, and I'm rubbing some antique wax on here. You could also use wood stain on here, whatever you prefer, and glue it onto the bottom of one of these little white vases from Dollar Tree. We already used the flowers and I just have these little vases left. So I'm just flipping it upside down and it is the perfect pretty white base for our riser. So now I'm also going to use a little bit of white puffy paint to make some kind of little swirly floral type designs along the edge of the wooden tray part. And we're going to add that village house right in the center for a very neutral Christmas DIY that would fit in with more modern or neutral Christmas decor. The next Christmas DIY is super simple. We are taking a wooden cutting board from Dollar Tree and you can paint it whatever color you like. And then you can just wrap it up with a pretty ribbon and a bow to basically resemble a beautifully wrapped Christmas gift. You can even add some little berries into the bow or some bells, whatever you like. And here's how this one turned out. For the next DIY, I'm taking some of these glass ornaments and decorating them with glass paint. So you can get a set of these on Amazon. You can also get them in Hobby Lobby, and I just found them on sale, set of 12 for $5.99 at Michael's. So definitely check your local craft store for glass ornaments. And of course, I like to spray paint the top ornament hanger part to match whatever colors I'm painting on the ornament. But this is so fun. You can make different designs, circles, leaves, patterns, whatever you like. I used some gold and white glass paint outliner to do my designs, but it's really fun having a whole set of just different colors of the transparent glass paints, and these just look so pretty. So I wanted to give away a set of the paints to help you guys with your crafting and putting together your Christmas decor, your Christmas ornaments, maybe even some of your Christmas gifts if you want to paint some of these to give away to friends or family or coworkers. If you guys have been following along, I've been hosting a small giveaway in each of my Christmas videos this year. And so for this giveaway, I wanted to give away a set. I believe there's 18 different glass paint colors that come in the set. And I just wanted to give away a set to one of you as my way of saying thank you for being here and for being a part of my channel throughout the year. Just thank you so much for being part of my YouTube community. So in order to let me know that you want to enter that giveaway, all you need to do is let me know down below in the comments. What are some activities that you love to do only at Christmas, or what is a tradition that you have for celebrating over the holidays? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will be picking someone sometime likely in early December to send a set of these glass paints to. Next up are a couple options for DIY Christmas candy bouquets. For the first one, I made this using a Dollar Tree coffee mug, and I just placed a piece of styrofoam down inside the mug and then used a glue gun on low heat to attach wooden skewer sticks to the backs of the candy bars. I picked these up in Dollar Tree as well, and I've just got longer chocolate bar pieces like these turtles that I'm using for the center so that they stick up taller, they stand up taller in the center, and then around them we're going to do a lower level of candies. And for that, I broke the sticks in half, and you can do, in this case, I'm doing smaller Kit Kat bars around the bottom. And this is actually really cost effective because I think you get 5 of these smaller candy bars in just a single pack in Dollar Tree. I also had one of these adorable snowmen little topper picks. I don't know what this is for, but it was from Dollar Tree, and I only have one of them, although I honestly think that you got 2 of them in the pack. So I stuck that in the center, and I think it fits so cute. This is incredibly sweet and adorable. It's super budget friendly as well because everything is from Dollar Tree, and I love the red, white, and gold theme of this one. I think it looks super classy and would make a great Christmas gift idea. Now, if you wanted to spend a little bit more on your candy bouquet, you could pick up a more fancy or unique Christmas mug like this one I got in Williams-Sonoma, and Target, Walmart, and Home Goods all have really great options as well. Plenty of options out there. There is something for everyone. And if you want to, we can do here like a bigger selection of candy, especially if you're not sure what someone likes. So on the last one, I was trying to go with more of a specific color theme with the red, white, and gold. wrappers basically, but for this one, let's just have fun, do a variety of all different candies, make it truly more of a DIY Christmas candy bouquet. I think this one would be really fun to give to coworkers, teachers, neighbors, honestly, even kids. You can do a whole assortment of different candies, which I think kids would really enjoy, all the different types of candy, and I think adults will enjoy getting a nice coffee or tea mug with this gift as well. But if you want to really splurge on these DIY candy bouquets, check out the huge one I did in a cardboard box a number of years ago. It turned out incredible, and that video is honestly one of my most watched videos here on my channel, so I'm going to put a link for it up top here now. And one last idea would be to consider rolling up dollar bills, and you could do this literally in any amount of dollar bills actually, and just use a little bit of tape and attach them on those wooden skewers as well, and you can add rolls of cash into your candy bouquet as well. So that would definitely be a way to up the dollar value and make this DIY candy bouquet or Christmas candy bouquet an extra fun, special, and more valuable Christmas gift idea. For the next DIY, I'm taking 3 signs from Dollar Tree. I'm taking one of these little pumpkin signs, and we're going to be using the back of this one, and then taking an ornament sign and gluing that down on top of it, and then taking one of these farm fresh apple signs and gluing that one upside down behind the top of the ornament sign. They also had fall signs that have the little curved piece that says welcome or happy fall, and I'm just going to pull that piece off and then glue that to the side. So you can do this either on the left or the right, whatever side you want, but basically have it go from one side into the middle. And then we're going to have the other side be empty and be filling that in with some florals. So go ahead now and basically paint this entire thing white, though I didn't paint the little happy fall sign that we glued on there because I'm going to go ahead and paint that one black. And that is going to be the rim of our snowman's hat. And I think we're going to do this in a type of buffalo check sort of plaid design on our hat here. So I took my ruler now and I'm going to section out some squares to basically design the pattern onto his hat here, and I basically alternated all of the squares with a white square and then one with some stripes, and then I did a solid black square. Basically, I alternated all of the squares with one white square and then one square with diagonal stripes on it. And then I went back and I did each row, one of them I filled in the white squares and made them black. And then on the next row, I left the white squares white. The striping lines that I made, I did just with a simple Sharpie marker. And then I did come back with my white chalk marker, and this part's totally optional, but I used it to help clean up around the edges of the white squares just to make it look a little bit neater. And then for the band on his hat, I painted it black, as well as for his eyes. I made these 2 little black ovals and just left a little white circle unpainted here in the bottom portion of each black oval. So if that makes sense, you guys can kind of see how we're making the snowman's eyes on here. For his nose, let's go ahead and make him a cute little carrot nose. And for that, I took a jumbo popsicle stick. This is one of the really large ones that comes from Walmart, and I just cut out a piece of it and cut it to a pointed shape in order to kind of make this look like a pointy carrot. And Dollar Tree sells some acrylic paint, so I just used some of their orange paint here now for that. I think the only thing on this one that is not from Dollar Tree is this green curly pick that I'm going to be adding. This is actually something from the Christmas section at Hobby Lobby that I got years ago and just decided to use it on here because I've just had it laying around. Dollar Tree does have plenty of options though, so don't feel like you need to go to Hobby Lobby. Use what you have. You know, if you've got any little extra floral pieces in your Christmas stash, you could definitely make this really cute using something you already have. And basically, I just glued that on there and I pointed it kind of in up over the hat, over the black cap, and then I took a few little other picks from Dollar Tree and glued in these other little floral Christmas clips as well. And now let's give our snowman a scarf, and that's going to also hide that point where the wooden ornament sign that we use for his face meets with the body portion of the snowman. So I'm actually going to take some deco mesh for this, and this one is the black and white buffalo check deco mesh from Dollar Tree. I just kind of cut and looped that around the neck area to layer it on here to look like a scarf. And I'm also going to do some silver, like shiny silver glitter ribbon, also from Dollar Tree, and layer that in here as well. I just basically folded it over itself and glued it in. You could tie it, you could make a bow if you want, you know, whatever looks good to you. I just wanted to make it look like our snowman had a little scarf on here. And then I decided to make a little tag. I had seen a decoration online that had a sign, Parson Brown, and from the song, if you're familiar with the Christmas song about building a snowman and naming him Parson Brown, go ahead and comment and let me know the name of that Christmas song. But I'm taking one of these little tags now from Dollar Tree and just using my chalk marker. And even though this tag is paper, I think it really gives it like a little chalkboard sign look. I thought it was really cute, and I'm just going to attach that on here. I glued the little sign on, and then just to kind of complete it, I also glued in a little bit of greenery and a little bit of silver. That little silver fern piece is beautiful. Silver glittery piece, also from Dollar Tree. Definitely adds a little bit of sparkle and glam. It's just so beautiful. And then our finishing touch to kind of hold that little ribbon for his name tag is one of these little snowflake. You could leave it natural wood or you could paint it. Here is how it turned out. And now we are moving on to the next one. For this next DIY, we are taking one of these square vase jars from Dollar Tree. I'm not using the lid from this one. I'm going to save it for a future project, and glue 4 little wooden beads onto the bottom corners of this jar. So I got the beads on Amazon, but Dollar Tree definitely does have some larger pearls or wooden pieces, bits and bobs and accessories that you could probably make some little wooden feet or riser feet for your vase here if you wanted to. You could even use the Halloween eyeballs that Dollar Tree carries a pack of instead of the wooden beads and just paint those. Any of those kind of things would just give little feet for your vase. And now we're going to paint this whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and paint it white. I wanted to spray paint it. However, it was a really rainy day that I was doing this one, so I just ended up doing it with the chalk paint. But first, we're going to take some stickers here and make a little design. I got this pack of stickers in Dollar Tree a while ago and just decided to just kind of play around and create like a little floral medallion design on each side, kind of like a little starburst pattern. And like I said, it just kept raining outside, so I could not get the opportunity to go out and get the coverage that I wanted on here. So I ended up just coming back and covering the whole thing with the white chalk paint, which it gives you a matte finish instead of a glossy finish, so just keep that in mind, but it does dry a whole lot quicker. And then I just added in some pretty Christmas floral picks, and I went with these red glittery berries. And then if you want to, you can tie a bit of string or ribbon around the top edge of the vase to complete it. And I think this Christmas vase turned out pretty nice for how simple and easy and inexpensive it was to do. And now moving on for the next one, I took 3 of these wooden houses. I think these are so cute. I'm going to use the back side of them because it's a lot easier than trying to remove all the flowers and writing from the front side. I gave them a light coat of that same white chalk paint on the back, and once they were dry, I just lightly sanded them down a little bit, especially around the edges. I think it gave them a really nice kind of whitewashed, little bit distressed wood grain texture, and it just lets a little bit of that brownish color kind of peek through the white. I really love how it looks after you just kind of lightly sand this down. Dollar Tree does carry sandpaper, by the way, which they actually have a pretty big pack with sheets of sandpaper, so you can grab that there. And then I added stickers to spell out the word joy. I had 3 of them, so we are going with joy. I just grabbed my hot glue gun to do this, but obviously it could always use a little bit of wood glue or Gorilla Glue in there as well. And then I glued on some sparkly winter floral pieces onto the front on the bottom here as well. And here is how my little Christmas winter joy sign turned out. The next wreath is actually inspired by this cute little elf piece that I think was actually supposed to be a dog toy. but he's super cute. You'll see in a minute. And I wanted to find a way to use him in my Christmas decor. So we are covering a wreath frame with some Dollar Tree ribbon. And since it didn't fully cover the wreath frame, I should have probably stretched it out a little bit more just in order to completely cover the frame. But that's okay because we're going to be filling it all in with the florals and things anyway. And here is the little stuffed elf that inspired me. And we are just going to glue him down sitting here in the wreath. And then I added in my floral Christmas clips all in here with some burgundy flowers and some silver and white Christmas clips. Super simple and easy. I did come back and glue a wooden popsicle stick on the back onto the wreath and up the elf's back just to kind of help hold him up and give him a little bit more support so he would sit up here and not lean. I tied a loop of twine now to make a little hanger and then glued the knot in at the top on the back under one of the folds of ribbon now. Actually, I think that if you were to do that first and tie it around your wreath frame and then go ahead and wrap the wreath with the ribbon, that would actually have been a lot smarter. But sometimes I don't do things the smart way. I start decorating and crafting and then I just come back later and realize how I should have done something at the beginning, not at the end. So save yourself a little hassle and just go ahead and tie your little twine hanger first before you start wrapping your ribbon. You could also do a bow on here. But here is how this little elf wreath turned out. Now, for the next one, we are going to use the back of this Merry Christmas sign along with one of these chalkboard paper sticker sheets that I got in Dollar Tree. We're just going to take one piece here and cut it in half across the shorter side and then lining those pieces up in the center of the sign. Really easy, peel and stick. I hot glued some Christmas greenery, pine and berries up on the top here and spelled out Jesus is the reason for the season. I just wrote that on here with my chalk marker. I did still kind of feel like it needed a little something extra, so I came back and did some little swirly designs on the sides as well, just to kind of embellish it and decorate it a little bit more. And here is how this Christmas DIY turned out. For the next DIY, we are taking a round ornament from Dollar Tree and we're going to use some Mod Podge and adhere on this beautiful little nativity design. This is a rice paper print. I ordered them on Etsy. I'm taking a little bit of modeling paste and a plastic knife here, and I'm just kind of patting that on and just dabbing the modeling paste all around the ornament. This is going to actually make a nice textured effect when it dries and just kind of create like a nice kind of bumpy textured effect. Once that was dry, I did go in with a little bit of sandpaper just to smooth off any rough edges from that modeling paste. And I love how you now have like this textured, snowy design looking ornament here. And then you can also give the entire thing a coat of Mod Podge. A gloss Mod Podge would be really nice just to get like a nice shiny coat and finish on here. And I painted it over with this beautiful like baby blue color. On this particular ornament, it was originally a clear ornament. So the portion that the picture is sitting on is actually on a clear section rather than with a white background. And so I felt like once I painted the ornament over in blue, that blue color was kind of coming through behind the picture. And so I feel like the print itself just has like a bluish look to it now. I think I should have either painted the ornament white in the portion that was behind the picture or just put it on a white ornament just so it had like a clear, bright background so the photo portion would stand out really nice. And then of course you can still paint the rest blue. Moving on for the next DIY Christmas ornament idea, we're going to do kind of something similar using the Mod Podge on a Dollar Tree ornament, but this time we're going to take one of these napkins. So I did like the design of this one and I splurged a little bit to get this. It was on Amazon and it was a little more pricey than what you would probably find in a local store. I will see if I can put a link for it if it's one that you are interested in. However, just know definitely you can check Dollar Tree, check Walmart, check Home Goods would probably definitely have like some nice holiday napkins. Also, Hobby Lobby would probably have something. So look around, check around. You can probably find some stuff a little bit less expensive than what this one is, but if you love the pattern, I will see if I can link it for you. But I cut out like the little leaves and little holly berries here, and I just thought this was so pretty, and I could really customize it by kind of cutting those designs out and just Mod Podging them onto this ornament. And then I add a little bit of a shiny metallic gold like puffy paint and just did like little dots in between on the white portions of the ornament. And of course, don't forget, spray your toppers to match. So I did that on the last ornaments as well. I just sprayed the ornament toppers in a white, gold, silver, whatever would match with my decor. So here is how this one turns out. And now we're going to move on. And this is another Mod Podge ornament idea. So I have this little wooden ornament that it's a bulb shape ornament, but it's actually made out of wood. And you can get a pack of these in Hobby Lobby. So they actually had a pack of 4 for $2.49. And I believe these were like half off when I got it. So honestly, this is like cheaper than Dollar Tree. Definitely check the section in Hobby Lobby where they have their Christmas and holiday crafts, because you can get some really good deals there for, DIY craft ideas and Christmas decor ideas for things that you might want to make with like a ladies group, if you've got like a girls group coming over, maybe even something fun to do with the kids. For this one, we're going to cut out this rice paper print of the grapevine wreath with this cardinal here, and then use Mod Podge to attach it onto the wooden ornament design. And then I also cut out some of these Dollar Tree rub-on transfer stickers here, and I just spelled out the word Noel, and then we're going to seal the entire thing with a coat of Mod Podge as well. I wanted to add a little accent up at the top, and I actually took a letter I, flipped it sideways, and it actually made kind of what looks like a little ornament topper portion to just kind of finish the look for this ornament. But here is how this one turned out, and now we are moving on to the next one. This is a clear acrylic disc. I believe you can get a pack of these in Hobby Lobby, although I think I got mine on Amazon, so I will see if I can find a link for it. Now for this one, I wanted to actually use some of my dried florals and try using a bit of Mod Podge to just attach the florals on here and Mod Podge them onto this clear ornament. I added a bit of glitter on here. Here is how this one turned out. It looks really fun and festive and wintry, and then I wanted to kind of make the edge look a little more finished, so I actually took a little bit of this gold glitter, or it's not glitter, gold like metallic looking cord, and I just hot glued that around the edge of the ornament just to make it look a little bit more complete and finished. And here's how this one turned out. Now moving on, I wanted to share this next one with you. This is a fun one that I actually did a couple years ago. So for this one, I took a teardrop ornament, also from Dollar Tree. I sponged a bit of Mod Podge on, and while that was wet, I sprinkled on some glitter so it would just stick onto the ornament. And now I'm going to be taking a little bit of some quick drying caulking along with this silicone mold, and this one has a beautiful Christmas tree design. It looks so elegant and beautiful. And we are just going to put the caulk in there, let that dry, and then once it's dry, we can spray paint our silicone Christmas tree here and then hot glue that onto the front of the ornament. And then I basically just finished this ornament off by spray painting my ornament topper portion to match in this beautiful metallic gold here. And then I added a little ribbon bow and one of these little gem stickers, also just from a pack of stickers from Dollar Tree. Really simple, easy, and affordable. While we have our caulking out, let's go ahead and take this mold and make another caulk ornament DIY here. So I also have this other silicone Christmas tree mold here with the pine trees, and we're just going to make some more silicone trees in here. And for this next ornament, we are taking this kind of flattened out like circle ornament from Dollar Tree, and I just kind of brushed on a bit of this kind of olive green color in a circle on the front of it. I spray painted those silicone trees in a metallic gold, and then once those are dry, I'm going to glue them on top of that green circle that we painted on the front of the ornament, and then I just enclosed that whole circle by gluing on this gold braided rope And we're going to just make kind of an edge to the circle like this so it looks more complete. And then up at the top, add a little gold bow and a gold bell. And then if you want to give these trees a snowy look, you can also brush on a little bit of white paint or some Mod Podge and then sprinkle on a bit of glitter. I used a little bit of white puffy paint or whatever white paint that you have, you can kind of add on here, and it looks so cute and perfect for like winter wonderland type of Christmas tree decor. Another idea, doing the same thing with the same silicone mold and the caulking Christmas trees or pine trees. Instead of spray painting them metallic gold, I actually hand painted them just with some acrylic paint and did like a green and, painted the little trunks brown. I added a little bit of snowy white detail along the tips and edges of the trees. And then I'm going to go ahead and add them now onto one of these clear acrylic disc ornaments. And so now it's kind of like a see-through transparent ornament. I also kind of dry brushed a little bit of like white chalk paint or acrylic paint onto here, and that just gave a little snowy background to that acrylic ornament. I almost feel like with the tree lights sparkling behind it, I almost feel like this ornament looks like it's made of glass. It's really beautiful. I did complete the edge by adding that gold cord along with a little gold cord bow up at the top and an ornament hanger, and this just turned out so pretty, so elegant, and it really just was super inexpensive and easy to make. Now you could actually do something really similar with those same acrylic disc ornaments and do the same thing, sponge on a little bit of white paint so it kind of has like a snowy background. And then instead of, if you didn't want to buy caulking and a silicone mold to make the silicone trees, all you really have to do is pick up some tree stickers. And I found this set in Hobby Lobby. I cut out a portion of it because the whole sticker is probably like maybe 10 inches long. So that's cool because you could actually do a lot of different things with that. It's like a whole row of trees, but I cut this portion out with these little trees here and just put that into the middle of the ornament and did the same thing, kind of outlining it with the gold cording, and that kind of gold thread cord made a little ornament hanger for it as well. Now for the next one, I'm taking one of these plastic candy cane ornaments that I've had for years. And this one, I actually had a few of these in this like red, white, and green design. So I thought, you know what, let's just turn it into something new and fresh. I took a bit of twine from Dollar Tree, wrapped the whole thing, and just attached it with hot glue, as well as some of these little ribbons from Dollar Tree. The red one says Merry Christmas on it, and I made a bow on there. I cut just little pieces here off of some Dollar Tree florals to kind of glue in the little silver sparkle branches. And here is how this ornament turned out. For the next one, we're again taking a large clear ornament from Dollar Tree. I sponged on a coat of some clear, shiny gloss Mod Podge. Go ahead and sprinkle on your glitter. I did a little bit of gold glitter on here. And then once that was dry, I'm just taking my red and green puffy paint and designing some little holly berry pieces all the way around the ornament. Spray the top of the ornament hanger to match. Here is how this beautiful ornament turned out. For this next ornament idea, we're taking a white wooden disc ornament here and attach one of these little wooden snowflake pieces on top. I'm taking one of these little acrylic snowflakes as well. And so I just layered these three pieces together, attaching them with a bit of hot glue. Took a little sparkly sticker to add into the center here. This is just from Dollar Tree, and it just added that little pop and sparkle right in the middle of the snowflake. And that is all there is to this rustic winter wonderland ornament idea. Now this next ornament idea is fun and easy as well. It does take a good amount of paint, I would say. So you're just going to need a clear ornament. And of course you can get these round clear ornaments in Dollar Tree. And then I'm just kind of squirting some acrylic paint down inside the ornament and letting it run down the side, like from the top. I kind of squeeze some in and let it run down one side of the ornament. And I kind of did that going all the way around. So I have these like stripes of paint going into the ornament, if that makes sense. And then you can kind of just swirl it around and keep it moving. And so as it's drying, the paint is kind of like swirling around in there and giving you a nice little marbled detail effect. Now for another fun ornament idea, you may have seen these light bulb ornament pieces in Dollar Tree, and when I first saw them, I was not sure at all what I should do with them. But then I had the idea that we could actually make like a little arrangement inside, almost like a snow globe type of thing. And I basically just glued in a couple of these little bottle brush trees that I had, and then just decorated the top with a bow of some jute twine or jute rope cord, something like that. Add a little bow. I found this Noel tag in Walmart, actually a couple of years ago. But I did see other varieties of tags this year. So definitely check Hobby Lobby, check Walmart. They do have lots of little pieces like this. And I love how adorable this turned out. Just adding the little gold berry twine up at the top is just so cute. Another simple but fun idea is taking one of these little scarecrow pieces from Dollar Tree's fall decor and turning him into a snowman. I think this turned out really cute as well. This would be another fun and easy one to have the kids do and repurpose your fall decor into winter decor or Christmas decor. Super cute and adorable. For the next DIY, I'm taking this ceramic gift tag ornament sign from Dollar Tree. And for this one, I brushed on a bunch of this glitter glue. I think this bottle was from Dollar Tree. I'm trying to remember where I got this one, but it added a nice layer of like glitter and sparkle that is kind of in a glue base. So you don't really have to worry about like a lot of loose glitter falling off your ornament. Nothing has come off of this one. And then I took one of these little wooden Christmas tree pieces, painted it white, wrote "Oh Holy Night" on here, and I did outline it a little bit with some green puffy paint just to make it look a little more finished, and add a little red star sticker up at the top that fit beautifully. For this next ornament, we are taking this little wooden sled ornament from Dollar Tree, and you can paint or stain this to fit with whatever your decor is. I'm painting this with like a light chestnut cinnamon brown color, and then I basically just wanted to add some greenery up at the top, make a little bow to add up there. Dollar Tree has some little silver bells that I tied on just with a little white yarn. And then I also added a sticker down the middle. The sticker is actually from a pack that I got in Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree definitely has a lot of options if you're looking to shop there, or any craft store. You can pick up the ribbons, the stickers that you like, use any leftover greenery you have. This is really simple, easy, and affordable to make, and it looks so beautiful. And now while we're using that beautiful silver sparkly rhinestone sticker, I had a whole pack of it here, so I wanted to use all that I had. It's so pretty. So I'm just taking this little white ornament. This one is again in a pack from Dollar Tree. I think you get 2 in a pack with this size. And since the ornament is already white, it's already colored. I mean, you could do this on a clear ornament too, but I think it really stands out putting it onto a solid colored ornament. And I just put the sticker all the way around, and this ornament is complete, perfect for any kind of glam or sparkly winter wonderland Christmas decor theme. If you wanted to do something similar using stickers from the Dollar Tree has these little silver beaded stickers here, and you can just cut strips of them to run around the ornament. I did these vertically around the ornament, and I think this turned out really pretty. Another idea would be to take some clear large ornaments from Dollar Tree. I filled this one with some mesh ribbon. Really pretty. You can get any color or sparkly type of ribbon, and then add a little bow, some greenery, some berries, whatever you want at the top that fits, again, with whatever color scheme your Christmas decor is. Dollar Tree also sells these clear teardrop shape ornaments, and for this one I kind of dry brushed on a little bit of some white chalk paint, starting at the top, even covering around the top of the ornament hanger part, and I just kind of brushed it down so it has like this snowy feathered look. And while the paint was wet on there, I just sprinkled on a little bit of glitter to make this sparkly. You can also add in, again, anything else that you want to add at the top. For this next ornament, I took this white large round ornament from Dollar Tree, and also some of this gold sparkly like ferns or florals. I don't know where these are actually from. They might be from Dollar Tree, but I've had them for a little while, so I don't actually remember where I got them. But I just cut pieces of those sparkly gold leaves and ferns and hot glued them on around the ornament. Ideally, if you can, paint your ornament topper to match whatever color you're using. And then for another idea, you can also spray paint your ornaments. So for these, I decided to paint them over. I think I used the satin nutmeg spray paint for this from Rust-Oleum, and we are just painting these ornaments to look like little gingerbread faces. You can decorate them using a black Sharpie paint pen or paint marker. You can use some acrylic paint, some puffy paint, whatever you'd like, but the gingerbread faces are so fun, so cute, perfect if you're doing a gingerbread themed Christmas tree. They'd also be really cute to give out as little gifts. And then another simple ornament idea is taking any random leftover ornament that you may have laying around. It doesn't even matter what it looks like, because you can completely wrap it and cover it in twine, nautical rope. I found this braided cord in Hobby Lobby, I believe, and I just hot glued this on all the way around, completely covering the ornament. So pretty and so easy to make this ornament. For another fun ornament idea, we are taking, again, a clear round ornament. I got this one in Dollar Tree, sponged on a bit of a clear gloss Mod Podge, and while that was wet, sprinkled on a little bit of gold glitter. If you want to, I added little holly berries and leaves going around the ornament, and I just used a little bit of puffy fabric paint to do that. So easy and simple, and I love how this turned out. It just looks like such a classy hand painted type of ornament. Now another fun idea, this is kind of a large ornament, but it's super cute. Taking one of these little snowman head ornaments from Dollar Tree. And for this one, we're gonna also take a larger white ornament, and that's gonna be the body of the snowman. And I just took off the ornament top, and then we're kind of gonna stick the snowman head on top, because the snowman head is a little smaller than this large white ornament, and so it looks like a snowman with his little body here. I covered up the seam where the two pieces connect and meet. I covered it up with some red ribbon, looking like a scarf on here. You could actually just hot glue on some little buttons if you have some. That would be so cute, but if you don't, you can just paint some on there. I used, again, some of my puffy paint here. So cute and adorable. Now here is a really fun, gorgeous Christmas Wonderland DIY wreath idea. We're taking a wreath frame from Dollar Tree and covering it with some of this simple, cheap garland. Again, this one is also from Dollar Tree. Then we're gonna go ahead and glue a bunch of sparkly branches on the front. You can add whatever kind of branches or greenery that you want. These sparkly ones I had gotten in Dollar Tree a while back, and I just used hot glue and stuck them all in. And this looks like such a beautiful frosted winter wonderland type of wreath. I didn't have enough to go all the way around, so in the extra space, I'm just going to make my own bow to add on here. And for that, I'm using a few different ribbons that I also got in Dollar Tree. This sparkly white deco mesh ribbon, this rustic burlap ribbon with the white lace, and also a sparkly silver glitter ribbon. We're folding together a few loops in each one to create the look of a bow and just securing it in place using a pipe cleaner or a twist tie, whatever you have. And then you can tie it in or glue it in or zip tie it into place. And this is so pretty, so affordable, very customizable. I also found this little mini star tree topper in Dollar Tree, and you can add that in as well just for a little extra accent piece. You can add in some berries if you want. Dollar Tree usually has the sparkly silver and gold berries, and sometimes some other ones, maybe white, red, but there's definitely a variety of stuff you can pick up either in Dollar Tree or definitely in Hobby Lobby or in Michael's. Lots of craft supply and floral and ribbon options. For this next ornament, I tried doing something a little different. I had some floor polish here that dries to a nice shine, and I decided to pour that into this clear teardrop ornament from Dollar Tree and then add some glitter and like faux snow inside the ornament. Honestly, it's probably better if you want to pour some Mod Podge in, but I liked that this was a little bit thinner and it wouldn't be such like thick glue all over the inside. You could also do like a spray adhesive inside of the ornament, but then I just sprinkled a bunch of glitter down inside. I wrapped a little piece of some pine that I had around the top. I added this little bow, some little sparkly silver floral pieces and picks that I had left over from other crafts. And here is how this beautiful feminine glam winter wonderland ornament turned out. Next up, we're going to make a simple Christmas centerpiece idea, taking one of these round clear acrylic trays from the Dollar Tree and adding in 3 glass candle holders here around. And then around the candle holders, we can fill in some florals, some berries, some little small ornaments from the Dollar Tree or little sparkly floral picks. There's so many little bits and bobs and pieces that you can pick up in Dollar Tree or in your local craft store, maybe even in your craft stash, and fill in around these little glass candle holders like this. Simple and easy to do. And then you can stick some candles down inside, and this just makes a beautiful arrangement. So here I went with for kind of like a cream and gold color arrangement, but you could definitely do something that's more whites and silvers or red and green. I know even like the red and blue, like Ralph Lauren type of theme has been kind of popular this year. So you could definitely incorporate little bits of that, you know, reds and blues in there, whatever your theme is that you're going for. For the next DIY, I am taking some of these styrofoam cones. So you can get these in Dollar Tree or you can get larger ones in a craft store like Hobby Lobby. I just painted this one over with some white paint or some Mod Podge and then sprinkled on a little bit of this gold and silver glitter on here. And then I'm taking some of these red and silver gemstone stickers from Dollar Tree and pressing them in while the paint is still a little bit wet, and just kind of pressing them into the styrofoam so they will dry in place in here. If you want to wait for your paint to dry, you could also use a little bit of hot glue on the back and then press them in place just so that we'll have like an extra secure hold. Another option is leaving the plastic wrapper on your styrofoam, and you can actually take your glue gun on a low heat setting and glue on some of these silver berries. You can get branches and picks of these in Dollar Tree, and also these red glitter balls that came in a bag at Hobby Lobby. I got a whole bunch of these red and white balls, and I'm just using the red ones for this red and silver theme Christmas cone shaped tree. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed these Christmas DIY crafts and home decor ideas. Let me know which one was your favorite, and I will see you soon in a new video.